Hi everybody, I'm going to share some assembly tips for this beautiful Dragonfly Dreams card. It is using the detailed Dragonfly Thinlits, and it's got some glimmer paper behind the wings. Can you see that? And this really subtle background. So let's get started. For the subtle background, I use a clear block. It's the Stampin' Up clear block size F. And what I do is I just bring my ink right to the stamp. I treat it like a background stamp. So I open up my ink pad and then just tap on the ink. I am using Rich Razzleberry cardstock, so I'm going to use Rich Razzleberry ink too. As you start tapping, you see all these different lines that go onto the block, and just tap those out. But surprisingly, they don't show up on the cardstock like they look on the block. So once you have that covered with ink, bring your postcard size down to the block. And now I need to apply pressure. So I'm going to take a piece of scratch paper, typing paper, a lightweight paper, and use the flat of my fingers, not the tips of my fingers, to apply a good coverage, to get the ink to transfer from the block to the cardstock. So once you have that done, you lift it up and you have a really subtle background, which is perfect for this project. So now we need to cut out. Well, first, if you want to stamp an image on here, I would do that, or a sentiment. Use the black ink, and then what we'll do is cut out the dragonfly with the larger die from that collection. I would suggest you use your favorite way to do this. There's lots of options. Stampin' Up sells a precision base plate, which works perfect. It replaces the bottom clear plate. And you have your platform, this, cardstock, your die, and then your clear plate that goes on top. I use this quite often. You can see it's well loved. Another option people use is put the dryer sheet with your standard platform sandwich, your clear plate, dryer sheet, cardstock, then the die. Also, you can put the wax or use the wax paper between the die and the cardstock with your standard sandwich setup. Use whichever way works best for you. I would advise this die cleaning brush. It works perfect for cleaning out the little pieces and removing the cardstock from the die. So we have this part done. So now that we have this done, you also need to cut out a dragonfly from basic black. In my blog, I have it set up, or the dimensions 4.5 by 3.5 to cut one out. But if you're going to cut out several, I would cut out from a 3.5 by 11, because then you can just rotate these, do one, do the next one, so forth, and you save on your cardstock. What we're going to do is replace the Rich Razzleberry Dragonfly with the basic black. We're going to turn this over and work from the back side. So once you get this in place, get that right where it should be. Tear and tape is the adhesive that's going to be best for this. I'm going to start above the dragonfly and go right across and just keep the adhesive right on the body there down to the bottom, and I'm just going to tear it with my fingers. And now I'm going to just go around the wings of the dragonfly, and it doesn't have to surround every portion of the perimeter here, but just enough that we're going to have some good adhesive. This is a strong adhesive. It will work perfect for this project. Just staying within my Rich Razzleberry cardstock here, and like so. So that should be perfect. So now I'm going to take the paper piercer. Once you put good pressure down here, the backing should come up pretty good. It really helps with this paper piercer to grab the just the backing. And we'll peel that off and take a little bit of time here. It goes pretty quick. So like I said, this is a perfect adhesive. What we are going to be adhering down to this is some glimmer paper. This is the Dazzling Diamonds Glimmer paper, and it's cut just to cover the back of the dragonfly wings. So glitter side down and apply it so I don't see any black portion of the wings. I see this part, that's okay. And I stay within the cardstock border here. If I happen to go over, I can just trim that with the paper snips. Now take your favorite adhesive and apply more adhesive across this, and then also on the back of the glimmer paper. Sometimes you have to slow down going across the glimmer paper so it adheres, your adhesive adheres. Sometimes it rolls back into your cartridge. Now I have Whisper White cardstock cut down 4 1/4 by 8, scored at 4, and this is going to be my card. I'm going to watch both this corner and this corner and watch both of them before I place this down to see that I have even spacing on the sides, and that will allow me to place that down. Quickly, I'm going to put adhesive on the back of this, and I have a piece of basic black cardstock that's cut 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm going to do the same thing here, get my even spacing, place that down, and that just pops out that black dragonfly. Now the wings are not adhered, so you can form those a little bit. To add a little bit more glimmer to this, we're going to use the basic rhinestones, and there's adhesive on the back. Just pop 3 of those right here, and now we have a beautiful, quick and easy card with some glimmer, some subtle background. Hope you enjoyed this project. Thank you, and chat with you soon. Bye-bye.